Good morning. As always, obviously the game didn't turn out the way we would have liked it to turn out. Were some positives. Great experience to have the opportunity to go to West Point. Thought it was a beautiful place. Great experience for our guys. Thought we had some guys that really played good, did some good things at times, just didn't play near good enough to win, especially offensively. Never gotten any kind of a rhythm, any sort. It's difficult when you play a team like Army because they control the football so long, and then when you get it, you really press to do something with it, and we didn't do that. We broke down in several areas of special teams, which we'll certainly have to correct. Really pleased, when you play the option, kind of the speed of the game and stuff, and Army went down and scored twice. I thought our defense settled in pretty good, and there was a stretch there the second and third quarter. I thought we played really tough defensively and did a really good job against what they were doing. But like I said, just didn't play good enough, and to beat a team like Army, to beat a team that's executing the way they're executing, and certainly we didn't. But I think it's important that we played. It's important that we get out there, and it's really the first live reps that we've seen in a long time and stuff. So, really, if you go back to the first scrimmage that we had in August, because when we came back, we tried to do some physical work, but we were so concerned, I was, with getting them acclimated, getting our guys in shape to be able to hold up and hopefully to minimize the injuries, which that's another positive thing. To come out of a game like that, which is a physical game against a team like Army that cut blocks a lot and all that, we came out pretty clean from the game. So moving forward, Texas State, really impressed with what Coach Spavital and his staff have done. If you look at them, it's really a whole new football team in a lot of aspects. There's not a lot of familiarity. We've looked at the depth charts from last year to this year, and they have a lot of new players. But both games they've played, they've had opportunities to win late in the game against SMU, and obviously late in the game against UTSA to go to overtime. They fought back from 24-7 deficit against UTSA and came back and tied the game. But I like the way they're playing. They're playing fast. They look like they're having a lot of fun playing. And, offensively, they've played two different quarterbacks. McBride played week one, and then Vitt turned around and played week two. And, McBride's kind of a Manziel-type gunslinger, runs around, really hard to get your hands on. Vitt we've actually played against before. He's played a little bit the last couple of years for Texas State. Running back-wise, they have two good running backs with Sturgis and Hill. Wide receiver-wise, they're playing 5 or 6 guys. Really, we only really know of one of them, and so the rest of them are new. Defensively, doing a lot of what they did last year, same defensive coordinator. They're going to pressure us. We know that. We didn't handle pressure real well last week against Army, so we think they'll certainly try to light us up and get in there and put some pressure on us for sure. Special teams-wise, I talked about the punt return earlier that they had this last week and stuff. So we got some work to do from a special teams standpoint, and hopefully that'll help us from the game last week. Like I said, minus some of the scrimmage work, that will certainly help us and kind of let us know, kind of show us where we're at. So excited to be able to play at home. It's really incredible that this is already a conference game in terms of what we're doing, but it is, and it'll be good to be at home. And I think we have an opportunity also to get some players back in here. We'll have to get them guys back going, and try to see if some of those guys can help us out. And what you say, well, we're getting these guys back, I know, but still, they have to be in shape. They have to be acclimated, and we'll try to get them, and hopefully, who knows, maybe be able to use maybe some of them in a certainly at least a reserve role to be able to come in there and help us out. So questions?
Coach, we'll start with questions from Adam Hunsucker with the News Star. First up, with everything the program's been through so far, how important is it from a morale standpoint to get a victory over a Texas State team that you've had some success against in the past?
It would be, obviously, it'd be important. It would definitely be important. I think it would be a big step for us. It's just going to be a really tough game. Looking at them, and I'm not sure their situation, but they look like they're executing pretty good. And really in all phases of the game. They look pretty efficient in everything they're doing. But sure, I mean that would help for sure.
What are your thoughts on the offensive line after watching that Army film? And out of the position groups, does it have the most chance to improve with some more snaps?
I think so. I think the speed of the game and the speed and what they were coming at us with, the multiple looks, real multiple looks when you look at it. But that's certainly an area that, among other areas, that we need to improve. That's also an area, again, I don't think the offensive line or any position wants me to make excuses for them, and I'm not, but that is a position that at one time in camp, pretty much everyone on the position, I think, if you look at our top 12 guys, I think at least 10 of them have missed multiple, days and stuff, and that was one of the areas that we really got hit. So, it's a matter of those guys. I think we got talent. I think we have talented players, but it's a matter of those guys getting in that practice time and getting in the, the contact and the speed and, all those things. And I think we'll be fine.
Coach, the play of Travion Webster on Saturday, what did you see from him as far as he seemed to be all over the place for you?
Yeah, he ran around and made plays everywhere and played with a lot of energy, a lot of excitement. It was great to see. I mean, Travion's always been a really good football player, and I think, him settling in as a starter, now a linebacker and one of the leaders on defense, that's certainly something that we're excited to see. Loved his body language. Told him that after the game. I mean, I loved, the way he handled things. Look, I mean, they went down the first two series and scored on us, and we're going down on the third series until we got the turnover. But I thought we kind of held in there and held our composure really good on that side of the ball, and like I said, settled in. The middle of the second quarter to, right there toward the third quarter to the fake punt, I mean, we were holding our own and had went through a time there where we went from the first half to the second half, 3 straight 3-and-out series, that we held Army to after, giving up the 2 touchdown drives. So hopefully Travion can continue.
Also, the impact of Kevin Pointer. What did you see of him at the point of attack for you?
We've seen, the practice time that we've had, we've seen a lot of Kevin Pointer, and it was something that you certainly would hope would carry over, into your opponents, because, I mean, he really, the few days we had at spring, I mean, he really stood out, and like, wow, I mean, this guy, you just never know, guys that you redshirt or guys or whatever, but we obviously liked his talent in high school and, thought he had a chance to be a really good player, but the time that we have had in camp, I mean, he's been a dominant player on our defense in camp for sure.
Coach, can you provide any type of an update, this again from Adam Hunsucker, on Zach Elder's status and his availability for this week's game?
Zach Elder will not be available this week, due to privacy laws and all that. I mean, you'd have to talk to our doctors and stuff, but, we're not anticipating Zach by the timing and when whatever, we're not. I say that I don't know all the facts, but I'm not right now. I mean, we're moving forward from the time that that it happened, I guess, and stuff. So I don't think so.
It's early in this week as well, so you may not have an update yet, but anything new on either Ty Shelby or Tyler Glass?
Ty Shelby, we think will be out there tomorrow morning. I'm not sure about Tyler Glass. I asked him how he was doing yesterday, and then when he came up for treatment and stuff, told me he was doing better and stuff, but I'm not sure. I mean, that's just something that our training staff, and really individually, I mean, anytime you have that kind of injury, which which some of us have had, it's just painful, that to have a really, really good AC sprain like he has and stuff, on his shoulder, and so that's just something that we'll kind of have to, I don't know. We'll have to see. But he said he's feeling better, but, feeling better and being full speed's two different things. But, Tyler's a tough young man. I know it's killing him not to be out there, but, it's just something that we'll have to look at. And I think he'll tell us.
One of the things that was impressive on Saturday is your team really had to create its own energy. There wasn't a big crowd there, but obviously their cadets fueled their football team, but your guys really responded, especially when you think about the quick start they got off to with the 2 long drives. But I thought the kids really hung in there and created their own energy, and now you have a chance to play at home, and whatever crowd you do get can certainly play a factor in getting your team amped up as well.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting, I thought, and we were talking about it pregame when they were coming in. It's a true home field advantage when nobody can come to the game, but our cadets can come to the game. It's pretty interesting, I thought, and I realized they had that many cadets, but they were certainly into the game, and I thought it was a neat atmosphere, and but it's definitely different.
Coach, what has stuck out to you? I know you talked about Texas State early on, but what has impressed you the most here through the first 2 games, 2 competitive games that they easily could have won both of those and be 2-0 versus 0-2?
I think they were playing really fast. That's impressed me, and I actually, because we were off, I watched the SMU game. Was able to watch that game, and I just thought they played with a lot of passion. They've had the first 2 games at home, and I thought they played with just having a lot of fun, a lot of energy, a lot of passion. Running around. I mean, showing the sidelines, really having really into the game and stuff. So, that's impressed me. And then no doubt their team speed is better, especially offensively when you look at what they've been the last several years. And their team speed has gotten better. Sturgis and Hill are both really good running backs. Sturgis started out with the long touchdown catch the other day, but I thought Hill came in and gave him some, he's not a very big guy, but he's explosive and did some really good things. And then you look at their wideouts. Number 1 is really the only one that we remember, like that really we kind of remembered. If you remember last year, Hutch White was kind of their guy, and they had a couple other guys, but several of these guys, and we know of a couple of them, but several of these guys are transfers from other places or whatever that have come in, and the one of the young men that made all the clutch catches at the end of the game, whatever. We obviously we know who he is. We know who several of them are and stuff, but it's just I think to be able to get, of course, and from what I understand, they've had a full camp, but to get that many new guys and gel that quickly is impressive what Coach Spav and his staff have done.
After you had a chance to review the film, thoughts on Colby Suits? He made an interesting comment after the game that I really hadn't thought about. That was his first full football game in 3 years. But he talked about having that presence in the pocket, getting hit for the first time, but threw a nice deep ball to Bloomfield early in the football game, and then had a couple nice throws to Peterson there in the second half. Talk about assess his overall play.
I thought he looked really comfortable, and I thought he looked he made several mistakes like we all did, but I thought that he certainly, he and Jeremy both, they certainly didn't look out of place, and they looked like they were comfortable being out there and doing what we're doing, and, probably pressed at times like we all did, trying to make something happen and whatever, but overall, I was pleased with what he did.
Adam Hunsucker with a follow-up on that. Do you plan on starting him again on Saturday, and do you plan on playing Jeremy Hunt as well?
We plan on starting. Those are conversations that we normally have this evening and heading into practice. We spent most of summer Sunday on us, and then started with Texas State into last night, early this morning. Getting on Texas State and stuff. But those are conversations that we'll have this evening. But I can't foresee any reason that Colby doesn't start. So,
Coach, we'll give our media another chance to send one more round of questions, and then we'll wrap it up for today. As a quick aside, Coach, it was the first time that Chantel couldn't even remember last time she didn't travel on the road. How different was that?
She wasn't real happy about it. Let's put it that way. But no, I was, I'm used to having her there. So, and but I did. Dr. Aldred had taken some pictures and stuff, and so anyway, I know she was sending them back to her, and she was commenting. It's a beautiful place to go visit. And so absolutely beautiful, I thought.
I guess to wrap things up, Coach, obviously you mentioned the conference opener, the home opener, a chance for this football team to play the next 3 games at home. This is an important stretch for your football team.
Yeah, no question. And, 1 week at a time, but I'm obviously concerned about Texas State and what they're doing. But I'm even more concerned about us and what we're doing and trying to, improve us and, what can, things that we have to do to kind of fast track this thing and get us to where we are without taking every bit of energy we have, and not having any for Saturday. So right now there's a balance, in there, and that's the main things that I'm concerned about as head coach is getting our guys playing better and playing the way I think we can play. And it's a challenge, but hopefully we'll be there by Saturday.
And probably that's the biggest benefit from the game last Saturday against Army. Outside of the one scrimmage you had this preseason, that was really your second chance to evaluate your guys in a live game situation. And I'm sure, I know that you're a big believer in that greatest improvement comes between week 1 and week 2. And now you have a chance, like you said, to concentrate on what you have to do well.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I think it's just, getting out there, and we need reps, we need practice, we need some stuff. And, we were joking about it as a staff. I was with the staff yesterday, but I kept thinking last week too, what if we obviously want to play good. We went there to win, but, you go out there too and, hypothetically, I mean, if you just play great, then that kind of shoots down all your theories of why you have August practice, why you're here all summer, why you have spring ball and all that. I mean, if you can just, you can just take multiple days off and, stop and start and not do whatever. And so, I thought we would have played better, better than what we played, certainly from an offensive standpoint. But I'm not surprised, I guess you can say, that we weren't quite as sharp as what we need to be. But we need practice time, and hopefully we'll be better Saturday. We need to be better.
Coach, thanks so much.
Thanks.